What is up? How's it going, everybody? Thinker St. James here with you on a Sunday evening for Muay Thai Sundays. Back once again. Hope you are well. Hope you've had a good weekend. Apologize about earlier in the evening if you got a notification about something else, previous stream or whatever. Working through some technical issues on my side, but looks like everything is going according to plan, hopefully. So if you are here, then we're good. Might have to work out some other stuff outside of the stream, but that is for outside of the stream. TJF is here. What up, TJF? W, Yama, W, TJF. Of course. W! There you go. John Dong is here. How are you, John? Shout out to Too Slimy tonight. All right, well, shout out to Too Slimy. I've listened to Too Slimy. That was the one that I had said sounded like art. It was like noise art. I couldn't judge it as hip hop, but could definitely appreciate it as noise art. Bleeding Edge is here. What up, Bleeding Edge? Sounding a bit better tonight. Thank you. Yeah, feel like I'm getting there. Rounding the bend for sure. Slept a ton today, which was very helpful. That was really needed. That was super necessary, man. It's one of those days where you wake up at your alarm and then you just immediately go back to sleep. Those are so amazingly good when it comes to like that deep sleep, because that's always how it feels for me. You wake up with the alarm, and if you decide to go back to sleep, you go back into like the deepest sleep that you've ever had in your life. So you either have to push through and wake up or go back to sleep, and today I chose sleep. And let me tell you, it was very good. I got a ton of it. Basically, this is like the middle of the day for me right now. So we're good to go. We're going to start up with RWS Muay Thai in here just a few minutes from now. Link to the RWS program that we are going to be watching is in the description of this live stream. So if you want to watch along with me, go to the description of this stream, and the link should be in there. We, of course, are starting at 000 at the very beginning of the VOD. And we've got 7 fights on the card. I don't think that I recognized any of the names on here from our previous RWS viewings. So should be a full-on new swatch of competitors. And we also have the Lightweight World Championship tonight on the docket. So going to be a fun night of fights, of course. Appreciate you guys being here for them. Going to the gym for the first time tomorrow morning and getting ripped, hopefully. Let's go, TJF. All right, brother. I like it. I like it a lot. I am in the process now of conditioning myself to be able to work out consistently. And so I would say to you, the note that I have for myself is if you're going to get into going to the gym, just be consistent. If you're going to start, keep going. Don't let that initial feeling of, pain, soreness, and damn, I don't want to do this, and all that kind of stuff. You got to put it out of your mind and keep on the good path. So I say start up and stay up. But I really like it. Congratulations, TJF, for starting your fitness journey. Pri is here checking in over on Twitch. How you doing, Pri? What is up, brother? Woke up to Yuri being goofy and getting slimed because of it. Sad times. My day is ruined. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people... I hope everybody had a good weekend, and I think a lot of people were having a good weekend right up until the main event of Saturday night. It is what it is, man. We'll talk about it all tomorrow on the podcast, of course. Myself and Chase Parton, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be going over every single fight. But, it's an unfortunate one. Yuri, like, Yuri's one of those guys, man. As much as you love him, you got to acknowledge that he sometimes cannot get out of his own way. And I thought that about him. This is kind of one of the things I've been formulating as a thought for the podcast. Is like I've been thinking about that with Yuri for a while. Because my original note with Yuri was he never evolves his style. Like his style never changes. He never makes any kind of upgrades or alterations to what had both been working for him in the past and not working for him in the past. He just does not change. So part of that is not evolving your mentality to have that, I don't know, that self-awareness inside the octagon to know that like your eye should always be on the prize towards victory regardless of what your opponent is doing, I guess. Because it does not matter if your opponent is compromised and you want to be a good guy. There is no good guy. As long as you're following the rules, win the fight. You know? So I wasn't even really mad at it. I thought Olberg did the exact right thing. Poor Carlos Olberg. Not getting any of the shine off of his amazing victory because Yuri was a bit of a moron. You know, how about that? Carlos Olberg with one leg knocked out Yuri Prohashka and is getting no shine. Hey, Sanjay is here. What up, Sanjay? We're going to get started in about 5 minutes with RWS. Again, if you want to watch RWS, the link is in the description of the live stream. Your boy went top 500 on main card and top 5 on prelims. Nice, dude. I'm him, but that means next week I'm going to be a stinker for me. Yeah, I'm waiting for another decent week for me. It seems like ever since we got on Prediction Tracker, we've been doing pretty poorly. Or at least I have. I don't know how Chase fared on this last card. Yuri's too nice for his own good. That's fight IQ right there, dude. There is no nice inside the octagon. Follow the rules, of course. Obviously, follow the rules, but no Mr. Nice Guy. You might be able to answer this. Are scissor takedowns illegal in the UFC? No, scissor takedowns are legal. Yeah, scissor takedowns are perfectly legal. Isla, what's going on? Before last night, I was actually thinking to myself that Olberg would get injured, but then win the fight. Psh, galaxy brain. You had a premonition. It came to you in a dream like yesterday to Paul McCartney. Yeah, I had it in the back of my mind that it was possible that that Carlos Olberg might win that fight. I said it on the podcast too. In fact, this was the, worst ending, the bad ending timeline that I did predict could be a possibility. So, is what it is. And of course, I implore all of you to join us tomorrow night, Monday night, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Last Week's Fights podcast. Myself and Chase Parton will be giving you all of our thoughts. That's why I suspected an Olberg finish. I said in the Discord, Yuri's fight IQ. Nice. Yeah, there you go, brother. Congratulations, Sanjay. Good analysis. I read something about them being banned because of the risk to destroying knees. Nah, fuck that, dude. If oblique kicks are legal, then scissor takedowns are definitely legal. Who gets the title shot next, though? I know. This is the interesting question. We don't even know if Olberg's going to be able to defend. He's probably going to be out for 9 months to a year, based on what Dr. Brian Sutterer said. So, yet again, a guy gets a belt. Yet again, a guy cannot defend a belt. This is really Hamzat 2.0. Jeremy Hall is here. What up, brother? Interesting card. You talking about the UFC card? It was certainly interesting. I will definitely agree with that. Maybe Big Onk, right? Or so. Yeah, I mean, I would think Ankalaev is going to definitely be in the equation. All of a sudden, of course, after Yuri loses, he suddenly comes out of hiding. Onk, when it comes to social media, I don't know if it's all Ali Abdelaziz or what it is with all of that, but he fucking bothers me, man. Because I actually kind of like Ankalaev. He makes me laugh, just being this like curmudgeon, this big Russian curmudgeon when it comes to like press conferences and stuff. But on social media, he's annoying as shit. Because it's like he literally just goes into hiding, and then all of a sudden, when something happens in the division, there he is. Like, bro, fucking either be in this world, like, consistently, or get the fuck out of this world, One-shot power can stop a lot of stuff, true. Was it fight IQ or sensitivity? They're one and the same in that instance to me. You know? Sensitivity to what? To hurting your opponent or your opponent hurting himself? Doesn't matter. Yeah, the fight, they go hand in hand. If you're being sensitive, I said he let his emotions get the best of him in like, empathetic emotions. Bro, go and win the fight. That's fight IQ. Hamzat already out 9 months to a year. Yeah, there you go, brother. That's what I'm saying. Olberg as well. Probably Roundtree versus Ankh. Could be. That's actually not bad. That actually kind of tracks. Yuri get another shot. Bro, they would be wild as fuck if they gave Yuri another shot. That would be crazy. Is it out of the question? Probably not. Not 100% out of the question, but that would be insane. That would be fucking insane. That would be even worse than Diego Lopez getting another shot immediately. Is that the agent? Yeah, Ali Abdelaziz. Yeah, that's the agent. Agent to many fighters, but Ankalaev as well. All right, guys, it is 10:10 p.m., so I think it is about time to get RWS started. You know the drill here. Headphones are going on. Reset that. And if you are queued up, make sure that you have, click the link in the description of the stream. Get yourself queued up. Give you one more second here. Get yourself to 000, the very, very start of the VOD. I will count you down. And we are going to begin RWS in 3, 2, 1, go. And there's your timer as well. If Gon can get 5 shots, Yuri can get 5. True. Yeah. No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I think the circumstances might be a little bit different for how Gon got them, but I'm not saying Yuri won't get another shot, period, but it would be crazy for him to be in the equation to come back for another shot at it immediately, solely because Olberg can't defend, If I was in the light heavyweight division and that was the case, I would be fucking furious. Who's number 6 right now? Who is number 6 at light heavyweight? Let's see here. As we get RWS underway, of course, we are looking at our announcing team right now. All right, light heavyweight. Oh, well, it was Mirzakhanov. Of course, these rankings have not been updated. Plus, light heavyweight is such a goddamn light division, bro. Right now, it is so devoid of. Well, it's not even devoid of talent. It's just the fact that all of these guys have recently lost. So, of all of them, yeah, I guess Roundtree probably makes sense because now what you're going to have. Alex vacates. Ankalaev is still number 1, so he's got to be in it. So, yeah, I would say that Ankalaev versus Roundtree is probably going to be the fight to make. Because this is going to, they haven't updated the rankings yet, but it'll be Olberg as champion. Ankalaev stays at number 1. Roundtree probably goes up over Yuri now, I would suspect. Yuri will probably end up at number 4. God, Jan Blachowicz is still number 5. This is how fucking ridiculous this division is. Plus, Paulo Costa is going to now debut around number 4 or number 5, taking over Azamat Mirzakhanov's number 6 slot. Mirzakhanov's going to drop down to 9 or 8. So Jamal Hill will probably move up 1 slot. Bogdan Gushkov. Bro, this division is so fucked right now. Dominic Reyes, who just fucking fought and won some fucking how, some way, won that dumbass fight with Johnny Walker, is still 10th. And Volkan Oezdemir. Fuck it, dude. Give Volkan Oezdemir the title shot. How about that? Fuck the world. If goddamn Khalil Roundtree could have gotten a title shot at number 10 to go up against Alex when he got his first title shot, Volkan Oezdemir for the belt. You heard it here first. Oezdemir time. He wants an immediate rematch. Tough shit. Tough shit, Yuri. I'm telling you, man, I'm a fan of Yuri Prochazka like everybody else, but it's it comes to a point where, go back to the old Yama episodes. I wish I could remember which episode that was on, but I had a whole rant about Yuri Prochazka and the fact that he never updates his shit. He never changes. Oh, yeah, I was going to say something about that, Bleeding Edge. Yes, we are on the April Inferno, which is dope as fuck. RWS is the shit, dude. I love RWS. April Inferno. But yeah, Yuri never changes. He never evolves his fight style or his mentality. And we can all be very, like in awe and enamored with his samurai bullshit, which, it seems to kind of be that at this point. I mean, I respect he's got his uniqueness. He's great. I like Yuri a lot as a guy. I think he's a great man. I think he's an honorable man. I think he's going to be a great father. All of those things. But you cannot deny the truth when it comes to Yuri Prochazka in the cage. And we see it too many times at this point. Oh, he only lost to Alex. Well, not anymore. So it's like if I'm seeing what I saw out of the fights with Alex, I'm seeing what I see out of the fight with Olberg. We see him get fucking pummeled until he wins other fights, which is one of the things we like, but it all forms a picture of what he is currently. And I would say after getting knocked out in the first round of your fight for the title, you don't get an immediate fucking rematch. Or not a rematch, but you don't get an immediate fucking title shot. If he's saying he wants to wait the year for Olberg to come back and rematch Olberg with or without a belt, maybe there's something there. But I cannot in good conscience say Yuri goes right back to another belt shot because he fucked up. That is failing your way upwards, and that is garbage. Hokit should be light heavyweight. You're not wrong, Jeremy. I've always thought he is an undersized heavyweight. But if he's doing the damn thing at heavyweight, then let him. Because for as much of a cringe lord as he is, obviously he's a good fighter. And now he's going to be on the White House card, flipping off America. Middle fingers up at the center of the free world. Roundtree going to get smashed against Ankh? Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. They're probably going to do Roundtree versus Ankh in Azerbaijan. Sure, whatever. Like I said, light heavyweight is such a bum division right now, especially without Alex. So, I mean, really what we need, like light heavyweight needs to have happen to it what happened at welterweight, like within the last maybe 2 years, where we went through a transitional phase at welterweight between the Masvidal, Diaz, Leon to a later extent, like that time frame. Kamaru Usman, you could call it the Usman era, really, because he was the champ for so long. But, after Usman was over with his title run, welterweight went through this massive changeover. That needs to happen at light heavyweight real bad. Uzdemir's got no time for a title shot. I think this might be the one exception, Bleeding Edge. He might make time. If Charlton Almeida was still at light heavyweight and actually went for subs and ground and pound like he used to, how would he do against Olberg? I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, I want to believe that he could do great because I thought that he was one of the better heavyweights for a minute there when he was actually doing that stuff, but hard to say that would actually be the case. So, and again, I don't even want to keep counting out Olberg. This is what got everybody into the same situation we're in right now. Everybody's saying, "Oh, Olberg's got no personality," and it's like, okay, well, that doesn't translate into the cage. People questioning his power too. I literally had that conversation in chat. Somebody had said, "Oh, Olberg, I don't think he has the power to knock Yuri out." No. Oh, do ya? Is that what you think? Good Lord. So yeah, shout out to Carlos Olberg, the champion right now. Sick and tired of this Olberg disrespect. Getting KO'd by a one-legged person is bad. Exactly. Again, the guy, and for real, I'm not happy with the narrative just being solely on Yuri at this point. Give Olberg his flowers. Bro fucking did it single-leggedly. They're probably going to give Costa the next title shot at light heavyweight. Oh, don't say that. Don't tell me that. Don't even put that idea out into the universe, John Dong. I hate that. Although I will admit, Paulo Costa did look good at light heavyweight. If he beats Olberg, that's going to lead to Hamzat versus Costa once Hamzat moves up. Is Hamzat really talking about moving up with one defense? What? Not even defense, right? Wait. Oh, yeah. No, right? He hasn't even defended yet. He beat Dricus to win the belt, did he not? Am I crazy? Am I missing something here? I might be fucking up the timeline. Mrs. Didgery Dave, how you doing? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you, Mrs. What if Izzy puts on some weight and goes up to 205? Bad idea. Bad idea based on how he's been fighting. Woman in Black seems a little performative. I mean, they both of these ladies here look like they are quite little, and one looks rather slightly boyish, I would say, with the bowl cut. But either way, who are these ladies? Oh, yeah. Chaba Cow. Chaba Cow! Chaba Cow versus Nina Karasek. Not to be confused with the queen, Nina Jirachi. Hey, Hydra's here. What up, brother? No flowers for Olberg. Oh, good Lord. The Olberg hatred continues. Big surprise there. Excuse me. I could see Costa versus Ankh. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be Costa versus a lot of people now, considering that he's just been gifted this. Oh, my God. I'm so sick of Paulo Costa, bro. Paulo Costa, who gets all of these favorable matchups to stay relevant at middleweight, can't make weight all those time, pulls out of 800 fights, decides finally after all that time to move up to light heavyweight, and then ends up in the position he's in now. Like nothing ever happened. All of that other bullshit just gets swept under the rug because he's got Dana White privilege. And the president thinks he's so cute. That very questionable exchange that they had at the event. Your voice sounds good. Oh, thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's getting there. It still cracks every once in a while a little bit. We're still working through the last little pieces of the sickness, but almost there. Should be good by tomorrow. Hopefully for the podcast, I'll be 100%. Hamzat's been talking about moving up basically since immediately after the DDP fight. Great. What are the point of divisions anymore? What's the point? What's the point of even having belts anymore? Why just go back to old school UFC and just make it open weight. Don't even have belts by weight anymore. How about just have like 7 belts and just everybody's just vying for those, no matter what you weigh, so that you can just go. I got belt number 1. I'm gonna go fight this guy for belt number 2. Whoever has the other belt at any other weight, just go and fight whoever the fuck you want. UFC talk is ruining my Muay Thai Sunday. I'm telling you, dude, if you were on the stream last night, you know that like UFC is really starting to bother me. It really is starting to bother me with how like much they do not care about the product, how much the star fighters just get to do whatever the fuck they want and dictate the path while simultaneously still getting fucked, and the rest of the roster still gets fucked. It's such a dumb system. And what it equals up to at the end of the day is people who actually really care about the sport, like you and me, we end up having to sit through massive amounts of literal horseshit. Was thinking the same. Olberg could refuse to fight anyone, not city kickboxing. Yeah, pass the belt between your boys. That's what, dude. My little ring girl, by the way. Hello, Willamette, my little lady. See, she makes me happy. But yeah, no, of course. I'm not going to fight you because you got brown hair. I'm not going to fight that guy because he's got blue eyes. Is it not a valid excuse? Oh, well, you're the same religion? That apparently is a valid excuse. Oh, religion is deeper. Religion goes deeper. Shut up. Shut up. You're a professional athlete. Sick of this shit. It bothers the fuck out of me. Fight number 1 is underway, by the way. Nina versus Chaba Cow. Yeah, I mean, pick any reason you don't want to fight anybody. I remember, dude, one of my least favorite fighters of all time, Jermaine Durandamy. selectively deciding when she was not going to fight and deciding that she was not going to fight Cyborg. I remember back then it was a huge deal. What a duck. What a duck. It's okay that you don't want to fight a dude who's the same religion as you and that makes you not a duck? Fuck that. In fact, if both of y'all are just mutually agreeing that you're not going to fight each other, then both of y'all are ducks. You're ducking each other. That's an Ouroboros of ducks. A duckaboros. These little ladies are swinging over here. Nice knees. Is that Nina and the... Oh, no, that's Chabacow. Oh, no, it was Nina. Oh, yo, Chabacow. Yo, nice kicks from Chabacow and the hands going. I almost had a heart attack thinking you were about to say the Queen Nina drama. That would be... Could you imagine if all of a sudden we just pull up to RWS and Nina drama is just randomly fighting? That would be fucking hilarious. Hamzat versus Makhachev would be interesting. Yeah, a bunch of fights between Muslim fighters would be interesting. I don't know. I don't understand how it's okay that you just have a built-in mechanism to not fight each other when you are a professional fighter. I am a carpenter, but I will not do carpentry for a man of the same faith as me. It's because the thing that bothers, like take one step back from all of this, right? The thing that bothers me about the religious exemption, so to speak, is that this is your fucking job. You don't get to decide to not do your job because the other guy that you're supposed to be doing your job with is of the same faith as you. Because again, that would be literally like, I'm a carpenter and you're a carpenter. We're both going to build a house together, but we decide not to because we're of the same faith. It's mutual combat, emphasis on the mutual. Fucking dunce caps with this shit. Ugh. You may be done with the UFC, Sanjay. I feel you, bro. I'm telling you, I was legitimately on stream during the UFC stream was saying that I might really have a talk with Chase at some point about switching over to covering one or Ryzen or any other fucking promotions. UFC is fucking jokes right now, bro. UFC is a comedy show. Whoa, what the fuck was that? Dude, this Nina's corner is going wild over there. Dude would sound like a dragon. Only one religion keeps doing this. Don't group all of them together. We've had dozens of Christian fights up and down. Of course, yes, obviously. And that's another point of it too. Yeah. It's a religious exemption for one religion specifically, and that's definitely bullshit. Another reason why it should not be allowed. Ducking is always bad. Certain fans think with a we mindset where if the fighter that's like them wins, they win somehow. Yeah, well, I've never been of that type of mentality in general. That's also why I don't really give a fuck when people are from Florida or not either. I mean, like, yeah, I'll say shout out to Florida or whatever, or like, let's go for the Florida fighter. But like, I don't really give a fuck at the end of the day. May the best fighter win. Again, that goes to a level of tribalism that I've never ascribed to. I may be wrong, but I think they said these young ladies are teenagers. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that if that's the truth. They both look they both look prepubescent. So they just blindly follow their fighters. Yeah, of course. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, that's a level of casualism too, People who are not like actual fight fans, they're just fans of their culture and their culture being represented. If Nina actually fought, I'd have more respect for her. True. Nah, I don't even really mind. I don't mind Nina drama personally. She's a content creator like anybody else. She's well within her right to do so. I mean, we just all have to know that she's an industry plant. So that's all that I always say about it. It's like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with Nina drama. Just be aware she's an industry plant. I'm having a hard time understanding the down sentiment on UFC right now. It has been the same problems it always has, but for like the last 4 cards, except for London, have been awesome. I mean, first of all, I would not say that the last 4 cards have been awesome. There's been way too much fuckery on them. Second of all, the problems have been mounting. I mean, if you don't want, if they're not a problem to you, then fair enough. Enjoy the product, man. I mean, that's, to each his own. I'm not saying that everybody has to agree with the way that I'm looking at it, but the quality of the overall product has been watered down. The best fighters are not fighting the best fighters always. I mean, it's not that it's never been a merit-based system, and we know that, but at least they tried to masquerade a little bit in the past. The matchmaking has been a little ridiculous. The commissions are really killing the sport, really, which I know the UFC does not have control over, but it affects the product. And from what I understand, I've been doing some research of sorts, having conversations with some people behind the scenes, and from what I understand, the UFC might have more influence on the commissions than we're giving them credit for. But either way, point is, commission-based fuckery is making it very hard to enjoy the product. Yeah, I mean, shit like Josh Hokett doesn't help the equation either. There's just too much. I mean, bro, it's like you hear me on the watch-alongs. You know what I'm saying? Like, how upset some of this stuff gets me, and it wouldn't be such a problem if it wasn't all the time. But it literally is every week. Yeah, there you go. Bro, Hydra spitting the exact same facts right in the next comment. Robberies every card. Flagrant fouls every card. AI slopping our ads with our ads playing over my favorite fighters' walkouts and cornering, excuse me. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Hydra spitting the biggest of facts right now with all of that. And that's just a fraction of it. And how about, I mean, really, and I know that this is one of those things that's like, maybe for people some people just don't care about it. But for me, when Dana White tells you, when Dana White sits there in a post-fight press conference, looks dead into the camera and says, shut up and watch the fights, what I say back to that is go fuck yourself, because he ain't the only game in town. I do not appreciate the organization having a blatant disregard for the people that pay for it. And again, that could just be a personal opinion and a personal feeling about it. But I mean, we are the reason that the UFC gets to exist. Never forget that. If the UFC did not have anyone to broadcast to, they would have nobody to sponsor, to sponsor them, and they would not have anybody to actually pay the money. So we at the end of the day are the people that they should be trying to please. They've gotten to a position where they are a monopoly at this point. They operate like they are a monopoly. They consider themselves a monopoly. So they don't have any incentive to improve the product. They are letting the product become enshittified. This is the enshittification of the UFC, if you're familiar with the term. And what I say to that is, go ahead and let your product enshittify. You're always going to have fans because there are going to be people who are just going to go with it. I don't necessarily need to be one of them. I will sit here and watch 800 RWS cards. RWS got fucking events every week. Watch RWS. Watch Thai Fight. Watch fucking Petchindi. Watch Ryzen. Watch Deep. Get the Unext subscription. Watch everything over in Asia. Watch PFL. Shout out to the new guy over at PFL who's trying to do good things. I'm telling you, man. This is what I'm trying to say. It's just like, I don't want it to be that way, but I am noticing the lack of quality and the alteration of what the product is. And people don't want to believe that the Josh Hoketts of the world are a part of the problem. Trust, for me, they are. For me, they are. Because I do not want the UFC or my mixed martial arts to become the WWE. I like them separately. So it's like, if you're okay with all of that stuff, then God bless you. Go enjoy it. But I am not. So sorry for the rant. And obviously, Bleeding Edge, I'm not yelling at you. You know what I'm saying. In Canada, there are religious exemptions for a bunch of stuff, including work and wearing helmets and motorcycles. It's wild. Yeah, I mean, I don't I don't understand. What I'll say is that religious exemptions should be very specific and have there should be firm justifications for them. If you are a professional fighter and you fight everybody on the planet, and you want an exemption to fight one specific type of people. In fact, I could make the argument that it's not an exemption, it's a religious discrimination. They are religiously discriminating against their own people. How about that? Am I wrong? But it's not bigoted to say I won't fight someone because they are allegedly the same religion. I mean, that's bro. I'm saying that like if you are a professional athlete and it is your job to fight, then you are basically saying I'm choosing not to do the profession that I have chosen for this specific reason. You are well within your right to do that legally. But within the organization, you should not be able to do that, especially as a champion. You're holding up an entire division in the UFC because you don't want to fight this person based on this very specific criteria. Because again, where does it end? I could say that I have specific reasons that I have my religion, Thinker St. Jamesism, says that I cannot engage in combat with anybody who's got a red beard like mine. Okay, now I can. Sam Alvey's the champion, or I'm the champion, and Sam Alvey's trying to challenge. Oh well, no Sam Alvey. My religion says that I can't fight on Saturdays. How about that? You gonna move your UFC events to Fridays for me? Where's the fucking line being drawn with this shit? That's what I'm saying. It's I don't appreciate it. The fuckery is the same as it's ever been. No, it's worse, bro. I'm telling you, it's worse. With the 15 years that I've been watching, I guarantee you that it's gotten worse. It has not been as consistent as it has been now. Production and regulations have been having a tough time, but I'm just saying the fights have been good on the last 4. Yeah, I mean, well, fair enough. There have been some good fights and some good performances, and I'm not saying that I haven't enjoyed all of the fights themselves. I'm just saying that like the overall product, when there are as many problems as there have been in the UFC, as far as what I've been seeing, it makes it hard for me to enjoy the entirety of the product. Telling you, shit like the fucking the Chris Padilla situation on the last card made it so that I was very upset for a bunch of the other fights. You know what I mean? Like on principle. And again, a lot of people don't care as much as I do. So if you enjoy the product, then enjoy the product. But I'm saying, like I have an actual like desire for like fair competition and like, I don't know, just like integrity. The UFC adding AI caused 2 of my friends to get up and drive home from the last 2 cards because it grossed them out. So you're fucking memeing right now, right? Your friends literally left mid-fight, mid-card because they didn't like the AI. That is a level of anti-AI sentiment that I guess is somewhat admirable. I don't even know. Lachlan is here. What up, Lachlan? I needed this stream. Rough day at work. Telling my highest value customers I'm putting a 10% price raise on everything because Orange Man can't navigate geopolitics. Well, I'm very sorry that you had a tough day at work with that. And yeah, that does not surprise me either. Yeah, there you go. I mean, and again, I wouldn't make it political, but for I wouldn't say that the political aspect of it plays too much into the enshittification of the product, but know that for me personally, another personal opinion, I am not super happy with the politics of a lot of the UFC. I'll leave it at that. But yes, I'm sorry that was the case, Lachlan. I'm very glad that you are here, and hopefully, hopefully, if I can get off of the anti-UFC ranting that was not in the cards, that was not supposed to be part of the plan for this evening, we can just enjoy some RWS. Oh, cheers to you, Lachlan. Thanks for being here, brother. Hopefully the geopolitical situation will fix itself at some point in the future, and you can reduce your prices. How about that? Could you imagine a world? It seems like such a distant memory, the idea of reducing prices on anything. I would, bro, you know how happy that would make me at some point if the overall economy got so much better that prices, like food and utility prices all started to like even out to the point where I could be like, you know what? As a valued customer, I'm taking 5% off. 5% off, just no questions asked. Just because you stuck with me through the hard times. That's the world I want to live in. I wrote a piece years ago for MMA Junkie. You didn't tell me you wrote for MMA Junkie. That's awesome. Oh, it's called UFC Junkie at the time. Calling the UFC WWE when Randy wanted to fight Fedor and everyone said I was on crack. I mean, I think it's a different circumstances with that back then. But if it was your opinion, it was your opinion. CTE is here. What up, CTE? I'm not joking. It was the Freedom 251. Yeah, I saw that. Trust, I saw that. Yeah, I was probably ranting about something else during that AI slop. So after the fight and seeing the ad, they wanted nothing to do with UFC anymore. Wow. Well, there you go. So you know what you need to do to them, Hydra? This is what you do to those friends of yours. Take the clip of Dana White saying, "Shut up and watch the fights," and send that to them. See how they feel about that. We get what we deserve because we get what we accept. You know what I'm saying? They played the Seattle AI ad 3 times, and on the third, they had enough and left. Wow, that's wild. Good for them, though. If they don't care about fights like that and they don't want to see AI, one less set of eyes. You know, and potential fans that had now been alienated. Again, dude, you know what UFC doesn't seem to realize or doesn't seem to care about, because they just think that the gravy train is never going to end, is that we've seen throughout all of history great empires fall. We could potentially be in the middle of our own American empire falling currently. Some people have speculated. And the UFC is as fallible as anyone else. So I say that to say, let's see how PFL starts to evolve. You know, I posted it in the Discord. No one saw it, but I posted in the Discord when Mr. PFL guy was saying that they might be doing fighter sharing with Ryzen and possibly doing some co-promoting with Ryzen. I was like, bro is spitting right now. If you can get Ryzen involved with PFL and actually grow some homegrown talent at PFL whose name is not Dakota fucking Ditcheva, there is potential there. With somebody who is actually a fight person at the helm, I'm keeping an eye on PFL now. I might actually get myself a motherfucking ESPN Plus subscription again. How about that? You believe that shit? I thought I was free. Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. That's the Godfather. They missed Hokit Blades in the Eraser fight? Yeah, well. Oh well, obviously they had different priorities. Show them the Hokit Blades and it might rejuvenate their interest. I mean, fair enough. But it's not the interest in the fighting was never the problem. They're taking a stand against AI, which respectable in my opinion. You're taking a stand against AI slop, which to me is really being an advocate for artists. But again, no one seems to care about that because no one really cares about art at the end of the day. There's another thing that bothers me about the whole AI shit. When people say that they are okay with AI artwork, they are saying that they are okay with the theft of art, which is basically saying that your art had no value to begin with. If I can just steal it, then who gives a fuck? You know? Nice picture, think I'll take it. And then I will put it into a blender with a whole bunch of other pictures and puke it back out. So it's just disrespectful. They're very casual. They see Instagram reel memes of BS Dana spouts, and the cards I have them watch, despite being casuals with what they've seen, they're calling the UFC slop at this point. There you go. That's what the everyman is saying. I just literally did a video not fucking a week ago about Moist Critical, aka Mr. Everyman, Mr. fucking voice of the people, Moist Critical. Reacting to what he was saying, you heard what he was saying? This is public sentiment outside of the MMA bubble that we are in. So I'm just saying, the world is watching. The world is always watching. You saw it, CTE? Well, thank you, brother. Yes, I do think I remember you responding to that. These Thai ads are amazing. Brother Lachlan, it's one of the best parts of watching RWS. And don't think that I have not been paying attention to the ads while I've been talking. I liked that little squirt gun in the bottom corner of the screen. Like the Thai graphics department looking good, bro. I wonder how much AI they're using in Thailand. I'm anti-AI enough that I'd fit in well in the Warhammer 40K Imperium. True. I don't know anything about Warhammer, but if that makes sense to you, then true. But no, again, what I always say, I mean, we talk about AI a lot, but I'll say it for the sake of saying it to make my point very clear. I am a fan of AI in certain capacities as a tool for data, as a tool for automation and simplification. When it gets into artistic expression, that's where I have a huge problem. Never let it be forgotten that AI helped me figure out the audio issues on OBS that I've been having for literal years. The reason that you are able to hear this right here is because of AI. So I'm very thankful for AI. But when it comes to art, which, I class myself as a somewhat of an artist, I am a writer. Yet another industry that is completely ravaged by AI. Fucking writing is out the window at this point. AI will just spit you out 1,000 words if you wanted to. Fucking 10,000 words, 1,000,000 words. Zero AI in the merch is such a win, and it will stay that way, CTE. Absolutely. Yeah. No. We don't fuck around when it comes to artwork. There will be no AI in the artwork. AI is used for simplification of mundane tasks. That's what I use AI for. Data gathering, simplification, automation. That's about it. I love it for research, As a research tool, it's amazing. The AI that I have for my business, the greatest part about it is that it has the mixture of all models function, which is basically I have every major LLM combined into the responses that I get. It's been a godsend in some ways, but it has nothing to do with the artwork that we use, and it never will. I always like the YouTube animated vids that start their vids with graphics made by real humans, so many AI channels as well. True, Lachlan. Yes. Yeah, I do. I also feel that. Because there's a bunch of really talented artists using Blender. I love the stuff that I see people making with Blender. You can do some amazing stuff with Blender and with many other animation tools and stuff. But yes, have a human at the helm of it. I feel like people are just they're just blatantly, it's like I never understand. It's the same shit we were talking last night when it came to politics, but this is the same thing to me. People just walking face first into the inferno and just being okay. I think somebody else say something about inferno just there. Oh, into the fires of battle, yeah. But they literally, people it's like they want their own destruction. They want the enshittification of their culture. People are walking face first into this and saying, "Give me more." Nom 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 nom. AI. I love it. Nom 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 nom. Isn't it so funny that this character is doing this thing? And it's like they just don't give a fuck, and are just okay with their culture being fucking gentrified by bullshit. Sad. You wouldn't have bought merch if it was made by AI? Yeah, I wouldn't have sold merch if it was made by AI. I've never used AI for any artwork on the channel ever. And trust. I mean, I could probably, excuse me, I could probably be saving myself a ton of time if I did. I have to wear a polo shirt for work and looking forward to getting a Yama polo since the logo won't violate size requirements. Let's fucking go. Hell yeah, brother. The Yama logo polo is so fucking fire, bro. I'm telling you, I still have the one. My dad's birthday is coming up in a couple months, and I got one chilling for him. And every time I walk past it, I'm always tempted to just be like, "Damn it, I might just have to snag that. I might just have to say, sorry, Dad, you're only getting a mug." Nah, I'm kidding. Big Mike is definitely getting the Yama shirt and the mug. But yeah, that'll look clean. They look awesome, bro. I'm telling you, I keep the Yama beanie right here to always show the quality of that embroidery. It is so clean. So clean. We need to see you in more merch, Thinker. Yeah, you know, it's funny. I bought all of that merch to give away. So most of it is like I only have the one shirt. Which fuck, that just reminded me I didn't do the wash. I've been meaning to do laundry for like a week now, and I was like, when I came home from dinner, I was like, okay, get the laundry started, and then you can come on stream. But then I had all kinds of anyway, whatever. I didn't get the wash going, but the Yama shirt is in the wash. But right now, I ain't trying to spend any more money on the merch right now. I need to recoup my investment, bro. I'm deep in the investment on the merch to begin with. I don't think everybody realizes just how much it cost me. All right, Juan Michai versus Jiang is underway. Just over a minute into this fight. Got your Yamatuk on right now? Fuck yeah, Hydra. We need to see more of Thinker. Wait, we need to see more of Thinker and less of merch. Well, I appreciate that as well. My dinners of broccoli and cauliflower have been slimming down the stomach a little bit here. Thankfully, I feel like I have gotten myself conditioned to the point where I should be able to get back into the gym. I've been doing a very strict conditioning regimen of my feet and ankles, which sadly is necessary. But I am now consistently walking 2 miles a day, which means that I should be good to get back into the gym possibly tomorrow. But yeah, once I actually slim down and no longer have the love handles anymore, I might end up wearing the Yama rash guard. I tried to put on the Yama rash guard, and it was the worst thing I had ever done. It's like, you know how it goes where you look in the mirror and you're like, I'm not that fat. And then you put on something tight and you realize instantly just how fat you actually are. I look at myself every day. I'm like, I got a little bit of stomach left. I could go down. I'm not down. I'm all right, And then all of a sudden I put on a rash guard and it's like, wow, you are a bulky lad. Hey, Chase is here. Headed to get pizza now, then home to watch stream. Chase, on that pizza life. For real, bro. Awesome, brother. Appreciate you, Chase. Get some black olives on that pizza just for me. Talking about conditioning made me think of Yuri and my room is quiet again. How could this happen to me? Rash guards are for sure not flattering. Yo, for real, dude. That's why anytime that a dude is wearing a rash guard and you can see how jacked they are, you're like, yeah, that's an actually jacked guy. Chase loves his Lil Yachty diet. You've said that before, Hydro. Like, what is Lil Yachty just like eat complete shit all the time? I don't know anything about Lil Yachty. The only thing I know about Lil Yachty is that he had one of the dumbest lines of all time on that broccoli song. Not even dumbest line. It was just one of the most like oddly incongruous lines of all time. His first lines of his verse on broccoli, where he says, "Lil mama, would you like to be my sunshine? Test my gang and we'll turn shit into Columbine." That's quite a dramatic tonal shift there. Little mama, do you want to be my sunshine? Fuck with me and I'll turn shit into Columbine. I think you might have instantly alienated that young lady that you were trying to spit game to. Because I don't know if you know this, but people probably would not like to be around you if you're turning shit into Columbine. Maybe he meant he was turning shit into Columbine way post traumatic events. Columbine circa 2026, which is just an upstanding school with fine young students. Chase needs to follow my cooking spam in the Discord. Once I am actually back to buying like full shopping days, like once I actually have money to be like investing in groceries, I'm definitely going to be leaning on you for some tips when it comes to cooking. I don't really enjoy cooking all that much, but I do like certain things. Bro, how is it that they only got ring girls that got pointy chins when it comes to RWS? He only eats like 3 things. Dude's got toddler taste buds. Lil Yachty, not Chase. Yeah. Oh, damn. Down goes Zhang. Fair enough. I mean, fucking Mikey Musumeci only eats pizza and pasta. Maybe Lil Yachty is autistic. You only like simple stuff? I mean, I'm that the same way too. Really. I mean, like I'll eat more complex stuff. I got pretty like adventurous taste buds if I'm out somewhere or whatever. But like at home, you know me, I eat like goldfish and pretzels and shit. I also try to keep the carbs down, so I generally will do what I call turkey rollies, where I take a piece of turkey and I roll up a piece of cheese in it and just eat that. A rollioli. Simple as easy. There you go. But yeah, I mean, I'll cook every once in a while. I make a tuna pasta dish that I like a lot. I'll make a sandwich every once in a while. YouTube struck down your message because I said F at what the fuck? What? You're a mod. Well, YouTube is weird, bro. I do not understand it. Lil Yachty only eats pizza, candy, and chicken nuggets. Literally nothing else. No pasta, no other types of chicken or snacks, nothing. He only eats pizza, candy, and chicken nuggets. How do you survive that way? Like, doesn't your body need, like, nutrients and shit? How do you get nutrients from pizza, candy, and chicken nuggets? Like, what about, like, iron and fucking magnesium and, whatever other essential B vitamins and shit? I feel like that dude is bound for, like, kidney failure. Don't keep your carbs down. Carbs are your body's primary preferred food source. Yeah, but they're also what make you fat. I've got plenty of carbs stored up in my big belly that need to get used and burned off. I mean, once I'm burning carbs off on a regular basis, I can up my carb intake, i.e. when I'm back in the gym consistently. He's obese and malnourished at the same time? Really? He's obese? I mean, maybe I haven't seen him in a long time. Is he real big now? Obviously, I've not been keeping up with my Lil Yachty lore. No? All right. No. He's probably got some deficiencies and probably developing diabetes. Yeah, I mean, I would think so. And obesity certainly does not help with diabetes. Being in a calorie surplus makes you gain weight, not carbs. You should be eating at least 45% of your daily calories in carbs. Okay, fair enough. Well, yeah, I need to keep the calories down. Medically obese, not the American public definition. I think he's like 240 and below 6 foot. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty fucking obese, man. Lil Yachty is a WWE star right now. Has he released a new song ever? I mean, like, I don't know. Granted, I don't keep up with that shit, so maybe he's been releasing music all this time. I didn't even know he was still making music, to be perfectly honest. All right. Wan Michai and Zhang Ronglong is 19-19 going into the third round here, so this is anybody's fight. I wonder if Kayla Harrison would be considered obese based solely on BMI. Yeah, probably. I think so. Because yeah, BMI is not an actual like good indicator of health. I remember that from health class. So I don't even know why they use the BMI anymore. I think they need to develop new metrics. Most recent thing I've seen from Lil Yachty is saying he now knows that Squidward doesn't play the cello. Like he said in his song, he plays a flute, which is still wrong. Yes, of course. Squidward, of course, plays the clarinet, I believe, right? Or is it the oboe? I guess I don't know. But granted, I didn't make a song about it. Yeah, I remember the Rap Critic. Shout out to the Rap Critic. I haven't watched his videos in a long time, but I remember watching a Rap Critic video about that lyric, and he said, which I thought was an astute observation, he said, like, did no one ever tell him that, you know, like none of the engineers, the producers, like all these people around him in his entourage just listening to him make music, and he says something blatantly false like that, and they all just go with it. Isla. What's up, Isla? Saw you before. How are you? Good to see you again. BMI is the quickest and easiest, and looking at you can easily tell if the obese rating is wrong because they'll see the muscles. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I mean, like if it's not like it's if it's not accurate, then you know what I mean? Like it's too much of a generalization is what I'm saying. Yo, Juan Michai trying to win this fight. Ooh, nice elbow. Juan Michai with the tomahawk elbows. It was for the Irish potato famine census. Yeah, that was quite a while ago, if I'm not mistaken. The fucking Irish potato famine was so long ago, that's what brought my ancestors here. The Irish side of my family came to the United States because of the Irish potato famine. And that is many, many, many generations ago. Crowd is really getting into this fight. They are cheering for every kick and punch. Come on, Juan Michai. I'm going for Juan Michai. I like him. He is spamming these kicks to the body. They're looking really nice. BMI tends to work if you're average for height and musculature. Yeah, I mean, it tends to work. You mean to tell me that we couldn't come up with a better methodology? I don't like relying on antiquated models just because they generally work. Perfect your models. If there was a rice famine, I would die within a week. Rice is delicious. This ref is a little too involved. You don't have to say chalk every time they separate. True. I actually kind of noticed that as well in RWS Bleeding Edge. The referees do sometimes get a little bit overzealous, perhaps. But they do let them bang though. So I mean, I'm all right with it. Certainly not as bad as fucking Rich Mitchell. Y'all remember Rich Mitchell during the Mantis contra Tavicius fight? You over here. You over here. No, not there. You there. Come. Oh, bro is straight up traffic conducting. Thai refs always be doing the most. The more accurate tests take too much info people don't know about themselves or how to measure, like skin elasticity and proper measurements. Height, weight is really easy and quick, and it works 90% of the time. All right, fair enough, I guess. I guess we're just going to have to be okay with ballparking. Rice is delicious. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's good for you, but tastes like nothing. Oh, bro, Chase, come on, dude. You definitely need to be hooking up with Sanjay in the Discord if that's what you think about rice, my dude. I mean, plain rice by itself, yeah, I guess. But even plain rice by itself, bro, I love white rice with coarse salt is one of life's great joys. That is actually a goated meal. I would eat an entire bowl by itself. White rice, coarse salt. That's all I need. So I think you need to up your rice game, my guy. Rice is mid unless there's curry in it. Good Lord, the whiteness pouring out of the chat right now. Exactly, CTE. Chase outing, he doesn't know how to make delicious rice. Bro, a little bit of soy sauce, a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of goated adobo seasoning. Come on, guys. Shoot, I missed it. Who won that fight? Oh man, who ended up winning it? Okay, yeah. Our dude. Yeah, our dude won. Chai won. Awesome. Yes, perfect. Okay. Split decision though. Yeah, close fight. Not a bad one. They also dive to save fighters that get knocked out, which is pretty dope. True. Throwing themselves into the fire for the safety of the fighter. Goated. Your rice is 90 seconds in the bag? Bro, come on, Chase. Chase, you're missing out, brother. Thinker white rice with coarse salt is a meal from the post-apocalypse. Well, then we'll be eating good as we die of radiation poisoning. Furikake is also wonderful on rice. I mean, you gotta actually get that, but true. You were too stunned by my Kenshi character diet. Bro, I'm telling you, white rice, coarse salt. That's all you need. I specifically, when I was growing up and we would go to the Chinese restaurant, they would ask me what kind of fried rice I would want, and I would say, no, I don't want fried rice. Give me white rice. To this day, I still prefer white rice. I don't like fried foods. I don't like fried foods very much, honestly. I've said it before on stream. Fried foods are all very, very heavy and not very satisfying to me. Salt with rice is almost as depressing as ketchup sandwiches. Well, I mean, we've talked about this on stream before, too. I don't know how poor everybody has been in their lives, but how much do y'all know about hand sandwiches? I know we've talked about that. That's the most depressing meal of them all because it's not a meal at all. Simple white rice made with chicken stock can be fire if made well. Perfect base for so many dishes. Exactly. Or by itself, I'm telling you. You want to talk about a simple man? Dude, the way that I've been losing weight recently, and it has been working really nicely, I take a bag of cauliflower and broccoli, I steam it in the microwave, I put that onto a plate, and I cover it in blue cheese. Not a ton of it. I try to keep the blue cheese a little bit to a minimum. Cover it in blue cheese, coarse salt on top of that, that is a meal. White rice in a bowl with coarse salt, that is a meal. Sometimes I'll just put a little butter on rice. See, Sanjay knows what the fuck is up. Butter on rice is also insanely goated. Turning down fried rice. Oh my fucking God. It's true. It's true. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't like fried foods in general. Fried chicken is like, I can't get into it, man. I used to enjoy some like KFC back in the day, but now like I think about it and it just grosses me out. I just need rice and soy sauce. There you go. That's another fine one. I would personally recommend going for the low sodium soy sauce. I've always thought that soy sauce was a little bit too heavy on the salt, which is coming from me, when I love salt. But you go for low sodium soy sauce, get all the flavor of the soy sauce on the rice, brother, you're eating good. I'm so surprised by all of this hatred of plain white rice. One of the most delicious foods that God has blessed us with. Coconut jasmine rice is the best. I don't like coconut anything, except for very, very specific coconut candies. But I'm not a big fan of the coconut flavor. Basmati is definitely good. Yeah, basmati is definitely good. That long stem basmati. You ever had black rice? Black rice is really good. Shout out to my old homie who used to make black rice often. Bring me little containers of black rice. Shit's delicious. White rice is also like a Brillo pad for our GI tract. It cleanses literally our shit. There you go. Enjoy a nice bowl of delicious white rice and also cleanse your shit. Make sure you're getting your protein in. Beans are super cost effective. Oh, hell yeah, dude. I love beans. I love beans. Woo, woo, woo. I love beans. How about you? That is the Brack Show. I'm telling you guys. I am just a wealth of amazing references that probably only me know, but that's okay. Low sodium soy sauce is bad karma like diet soda? No, hell no. Definitely not the same. Definitely not the same. Definitely not the same. Because I hate diet soda. Low sodium soy sauce is the flavor of the soy sauce with still a lot of sodium in it. Full sodium soy sauce is just like a salt bomb. Coconut is only good by itself. Get out of all other food. That sounds good on the menu. Yeah, I feel you on that. I definitely agree with that. Damn. Look at that chick. She actually got some guns. White girl in the crowd. Some biceps. Rice is superior for the sheer fact that there's so much of it and it's so fucking cheap. True. That's definitely true. Yeah, that's a good one. Rice is great and cost effective for sure. Damn, another chick with some decent biceps. Where are all these built women in the crowd? There you go. Actual woman who's not super built, even though they panned over to her boyfriend who looks like Josh Fan. Yo, look at this dude with the goated beard right here. That's what I want to look like. But the bro had the mutton chops. He had the mustache that connected to the sideburns. Yeah, flex cam for real. Hell yeah. Gee, another woman with biceps. What the fuck? All of these in shape women over here. Good Lord. There you go. That guy's jacked. Beans are goated. Beans are definitely good. I like black beans. I like red beans. I like pinto beans. Beans and tofu are awesome and but super underrated. I mean, I think beans are properly rated. I think tofu might be a little underrated. They hit the shoey. Oh, I missed the shoey. Good, thank God. Fucking hate the shoey. Yeah, definitely an Aussie, man. Of course. Tofu is sent to Earth by Satan? Bro, you have not... y'all are outing yourself as food novices over here. You ever had miso soup? One of the great soups of our generation? Our generation. One of the great soups of all time. I get 50 pounds of rice for $15. Good Lord. 50 pounds of rice? You just have a 50-pound sack of rice chilling in your kitchen? Chilling in your pantry? That's wild, dude. 50 pounds. Holy shit. He had 4 different beards. Fuck yeah, dude. I got a beard for every day of the week. Hey, Meat Rocket. Long time no see, it feels like, brother. We had a Russian in the chat the other day. We were wondering where you were. You could have talked to him. Privyet, my dude. Yes, we are watching Rajadamnern World Series. And Dude and his wife both did shoeies. Oh, God. Well, at least they're meant for each other. I love miso soup. I just don't eat the demonic chunks of evil in it. You do know that it's made with tofu, like, as part of the base, too, right? Tofu is just beans. It's like bean curd. Never had that soup, but I have had misorni. Miso-orni. Miso, a type of soup. And your wager? Horny. Miso horny. You have it in a bucket? Fuck damn. 50-pound bucket. Just get a big scoop. Just be scooping rice out the big old bucket. I like it. Meat Rocket, I saw you arguing with people in the submission radio stream this morning. It had me dying. Meat Rocket is amazing in other chats, bro. I'm telling you. Anytime that I'm about to watch an event, I always try to make sure I keep an eye on the live chat just to see Meat Rocket in there fucking talking shit to everybody. Meat Rocket is everywhere, dude. This dude, Meat Rocket, is in all of the chats, and he is always talking shit. I feel like Meat Rocket in this chat has, like, finally found a place where he doesn't have to be a troll if he doesn't want to be. I also have a mini rice cooker in my bedroom if I feel lazy and hungry. Damn, dude, a rice cooker in your bedroom? That's wild. Bro literally rolls out of bed, throws rice on. Hop up out the bed, put my rice on. Take a look in the mirror, say I'm hungry. I've heard him mentioned on a few other shows now. Yeah, I'm saying, dude, this guy Meat Rocket is everywhere. You're pretty proud of the miso horny line. Appreciate you, Chase. Nice work. Definitely better than that other person. I think it was Yuri who came in and was trying to hit me with the Russian fighter named Imov Urgin. Couldn't get me with that one, bro. I have some furikake next to it for flavor. There you go. Eating good in the bedroom. Where's our next fight here? I feel like we've been chilling for a while with no fight. RWS, another promotion that kind of stretches things out a little bit. We got a bunch of fights left. I mean, we're coming on to main card. Or excuse me. Yeah, we're coming on to main card. Getting some promos going. Yeah, who do we have up next? We've got Pechwinchai or Pechwichai. Pechwichai versus Usama Dada. Usama Dada 5000? Sounds like a rapper. Usama Dada. Usama Dada. Fuck many hoes and then give them nada. But yeah, Usama Dada. It's quite a name. April Inferno. I love it. I'm telling you, man, RWS is the best. With their belt that looks like an oversized belt buckle. Hey, another Daniel Rodriguez is fighting in RWS next weekend. They're calling it a super fight. Daniel Rodriguez versus Hercules. Hercules. Yeah, a different D-Rod. Another D-Rod emerges. Oh, D-Rod is the super welterweight champion in RWS right now. Took me a while to cook all this bacon. Now I can relax and have a few shots. All right, Sanjay. You saved the grease and the container is a pink pig. All right, sounds good to me too. What are you using the grease for? What are you cooking in that grease? I've never been a grease saver myself, but I always dispose of the grease properly. D-Rod is pals with the cartel member who runs a fucking prison. How do we just move on and say, yep, that's about right? I know. Bro, I'm telling you, everybody was asking about when I'm going to do the video about it, and I said I want to do it, but I still don't know the fucking details. No one does. What was he in jail for? All I could say in a video right now is, yes, D-Rod was in fact in jail. He was in Tijuana jail in the nicest cell in the building. Mostly veggies, but I'll use it to make gravy. Hell yeah, dude. Nice. Bacon-based gravy. I love it. Was it jail or prison? I would assume that it was jail if he was only in there for like 8 months. I also assume that they distinguish the same way in Mexico. I don't know if they do. Yeah, I would think it was jail. Man, shout out to all these Thai dudes out there in Thailand just training out in warehouses. Every time that they show training footage, it's just a bunch of dudes with corrugated steel fucking ceilings over them. Big metal pillars everywhere. Skylights. Just out there in the elements. You like cooking chicken in bacon grease as well? That is a delicious combo right there. Chicken and bacon are like beautifully paired. What up, Nav? We are between fights. We're coming on to the main card here in a couple minutes, it looks like. Right now, timestamp is on screen here. 1 hour, 11, well, just, 1 hour and 12 minutes on the nose there. But this timer up here is accurate. I'm poking it. Poking the timer. Bop, 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 bop. Hey. Bam. I just hit the 1. I hit the other 1. Hit the 2. And a bunch of staff? I guess so. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder how clean those gyms are. D-Rod has an interesting past I'm curious about. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, he'd be an interesting guy to get on the show. I don't know how much he wants to talk about his past, you know? I finally went back and listened to Fight Society's video on Joe Pyfer after my little crash out on Joey Pyfer on the stream the other night. And I listened to what Fight Society had to say about their interaction, him and Pyfer. And I definitely agreed with Fight Society. I thought he made a great point. You know, all of these fighters have the option to keep their private life private if they so choose. Joe Pyfer is on a UFC microphone in a UFC interview talking about his personal life. That makes it open game. That makes it open season. So I don't know if D-Rod is that open about it. I saw a fighter vlog saying everyone at the gym in Thailand was on ABX and still getting skin infections. Jeez, dude. That's gross. That's not good. Yeah, they're on antibiotics and they're still getting infections. Then that gym probably should be shut down for a little while. But it's Thailand, bro. The show must go on. You must fight, brother. Thailand, a place where religious exemptions do not exist. Movsar said when he pulled out with Pico, he got sick in Thailand. Well, I don't know. Skill issue. Anik went savage on social media about Pyfer? Did he? What did he say? Where did he say it? I want to know what Anik said about Joe Pyfer. John Anik, Joe Pyfer. Oh, it was on his X account? Let's see. What did John Anik say? What are you saying, John? Oh, is it a clip? Yeah, I'm not going to be out here like listening to a whole bunch of clips. Let's see. Can I search it? Let's search it real quick. He might have deleted it. I'm not seeing anything about it. All the stuff related to Joe Pyfer is old. Yeah, I don't know. He might have deleted it. If you can find it, Sanjay, put it in the Discord. All right, well, after a very long layoff here, this has been one of the longer downtimes we've had on RWS. They must have had a fight dropout or something. Pichwichai versus Usama Dada. Watana versus Evgeny Ponomarev. Savis Michael versus Pechsamwi. And title fight. Sangmani versus Igor Bekirev. And then, of course, the featured fight thereafter of Chanasuk versus Wang Dihua. He basically said he was holding his girlfriend emotionally hostage after cheating on her and confessing to the world he was suicidal before the fight. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are saying that. That's why I kind of crashed out on him. I wasn't on the stream at the time. What did you think about the Sam A fight, man? What the fuck is he made of? Dude, Sam A is the fucking man, dude. That fight was awesome. I was so glad we got to watch that. That was a really fun stream in general. We did Game Bread before that, and then one championship afterwards. Yeah, no, Sam A is the fucking dude. You talk about an old man still getting it done. Guy has fucking 378 now professional wins. Bro is trying to close in on 400 wins in active competition in combat sports. This guy is a fucking legend and a half. All right, Usama Dada. He's from Morocco. He looks a little bit like what's his name? The new guy. Rahiki. Sam A, the only old man I know who ain't washed the moment I watch him. Maybe you're a curse, Chase. All your haterisms of older fighters. You're dooming them. But yeah, no, Sam A looked great. Crazy to have that many fights, let alone wins. Yeah, no shit. And that's just the wins. That's just the wins. He's like 378 and 58 or something like that. Tomorrow night will be fun, dude. I'm looking forward to it, man. Obviously, I've got a lot to say about it. Be prepared, Chase. Be prepared for me to possibly go into crash out mode when we talk about the Chris Padilla situation. Oh, and Chase, you want to know something I thought about too? This is going to be something good for us, I think. When we start getting an editor to do MMA on film, if they are an editor that actually like knows the space at all, which I'm going to hopefully try to make happen. I know that's a little bit of a tall order, but I'm still going to try for it. If they are an editor that actually kind of knows a little bit about like MMA in general, not that they really, really need to, but if it would help, it could help us in a lot of ways, because what I've always thought is that, you know, we could also be breaking down like other stuff. Like we could probably start like a full other channel of just like a clips channel basically, and put all of like last week's fights, clips on there, shorts on there, that kind of stuff. I don't know if we necessarily want to go that far, but what I've always said, I've talked to you about this before, I think, but like the idea, I mean, like, we literally, if we really wanted to, could be breaking down last week's fights by fight and just having an entire channel of like individual fight breakdowns if we really wanted to. I don't know if it's worth it necessarily. It's a lot of work for an editor, but potentially could be. But my point is, and something that I have certainly come to understand in my own business, is that when you make connections with people, you become more connected with people. Think about that. Sam A is a G. Nasty lead kick KO. Hell yeah, dude. Sam A is a G. Shout out to Jeremy Hall. Thinker crashed out last night on Joe P. I'm still on the fence about whether or not I put that out as a clip. I don't really need to have like, I'm not trying to invite beef with Joe Pyfer. But at the same time, I do stand by everything that I said. 100 is crazy. Think about tripling a very unlikely record. Almost quadrupled, yeah. Does he have 100? He doesn't have 100 losses, though. I think he's got like something like 58 or something like that, right? He kind of brought it on himself. Not kind of. He 100% brought it on himself. And look, I think the only reason, look, you want to be 100% about what my feeling is on this? The only reason I'm on the fence about it is because I don't want it misconstrued that the reason that I'm putting it out, or if I did put it out, the reason I would be putting it out is because I'm trying to go after him, A, about his, potential unaliving or mental health or anything like that, or B, about his relationship. What I would be going after Joe Pyfer about is potentially, I mean, in part, the fact that he has hurt people in his personal life and then hid behind religion to try to get out of, the consequences of that. That's one part. But the other part, and the more important part, why I was actually crashing out, is because of him going after Fight Society. Him threatening Fight Society. He's out here doing all this dirtball shit, and then he's getting mad at Fight Society for covering it. That's what bothered me. Live with your mistakes, Joe. Also, again, as I said, when we were just talking about D-Rod and all that, no one made you tell the world about this shit. Bro is out here stepping on rakes and getting mad at everybody else. Yeah, you stated it best. You put it out for the world to hear. Exactly. Can't root for him either. Well, like I said, dude, I mean, and that's another reason why I was like, I don't necessarily know if I want to like draw more attention to it, but I did say last night, and I still stand by it, I've never liked him. I've always thought that he was overly cocky. I've always thought that Joe Pyfer was a dude who was cocky performatively in the sense that he was overcompensating. He's a guy he's got power in his hands. He's a decent fighter, but at the end of the day, I feel like he's got a little self-doubt and is overcompensating for the self-doubt with a persona of toughness and grandeur, trying to be a little bit bigger than himself. You always knew he was not a stand-up person. I always kind of had the inkling. And again, as I've said, if you are a member of the Discord, you probably know we've got the inside track. We know the real deal. The stuff that he's been honest about is only a fraction of the truth. Some of the greats have all-time post-fight speeches. I'm not surprised, motherfucker. Take the chance to apologize to no one. But I almost KMS because I cheated on my girlfriend certainly is up there. Yeah. I mean, it definitely stood out. It raised a lot of eyebrows. Certainly got a lot of attention. I know some shady-ass fighters, bro. He's not the only one. No, I know for very, very certain. Very, very certain. For major facts, there are plenty of shady fighters. People that you would not expect. People that you would not expect in the slightest. Trust me. Trust me, I have heard things. Some of these guys that present themselves as the good guys of the sport, a little temptation turns them into something different. One of my favorite sayings, denial is a hell of a drug. That is my personal quote. Nice. Yeah, for sure. Deny, divest, deflect. Pyfer truth is only what he feels we'd accept. It's far worse behind doors. Yeah, that is legitimately true. Which is why I said to Joe in my little crash out, put your fucking phone down. Put your goddamn phone away. Be happy that your girl is still with you. Be happy that you just got the biggest win of your career. And smile and shut your mouth. Put down the phone. Ian Gary. All right. Pechuichai and Usama is underway here. First fight of the main card. We got RWS. Oh, damn. Jump knee for Pechuichai. Oof. And a drop. A little slip, but still. Smile, babe. Joe telling the girl he cheated on to look happy for the camera. Dude, again, that's what started it all, Chase. The fact that this dude really brought her to the event to show her off to the world and make it known we are good. Look at me with my happy relationship and my happy significant other who is very happy to still be with me through it all. Through it all, we survived together as we're stronger together. Fucking guy. I'm telling you, man. Again, and it goes back to what I had said. You know, you can try to run, like, who are you trying to prove? Who are you trying to lie to? You trying to lie to us? You trying to lie to yourself? The truth always wins. And now she's trapped out of fear he will harm himself. That's unfortunate if it's true. That is unfortunate if it's true for sure. Yeah, I'm not a fan of any kind of manipulation like that. In fact, I'll tell you a quick story. I have a friend who is a good friend, but he's one of these kinds of people that will go out of his way to purchase things for other people. And he has almost explicitly told me that he does that in order to have leverage over them. And that is why anytime that he ever offers to pay for anything for me, even though he is still a friend of mine, I never accept. He will never pay for anything. I'm talking meals. I'm talking fucking tolls on the road. I don't care what the price is, because I will not be manipulated in that way. And I do not appreciate that he does that to other people. This is a friend that I keep at a distance. Talk about a tough, strong woman. Call those people price taggers. I like that. I like that term. Yeah, well, and he's definitely a price tagger. I like the term, but if you're going to use the term, you better say both words, because you might get misheard at some point calling someone a tagger, especially if you say it with a little bit of anger in your voice. Goddamn taggers. What? Excuse me? The fuck did that guy just say? Taggers. Price taggers. Price tag. No! Everything has a price for their generosity. True. Never take anything from anyone. Probably smart. Probably smart. Joe Pfeiffer got the hair transplant and cheated on the hottest girl in Pennsylvania. I mean, bro, you talk about a dude who knows how to throw things away, right? Gets a hair transplant, shaves his head. Gets the hottest girl in Pennsylvania, cheats on her. I've been working on it. Jump knee to shot if landed. Nice, dude. Cool. Let's see it in practice, brother. I'm telling you, Jeremy Hall, I can't wait for you to fight, bro. I'm looking forward to it. You got to let me know when you're getting ready for your first big one. We can talk about a little Yama sponsorship over here. I'll get you the custom Yama graphic that's got the Yam Rana with the girder and the URL on there. YouTube.com/@YamaShow. And you can wear that on your trunks. You can wear that anywhere you like. I just feel bad for her in this one scenario. Her homegirls were so right about him. Yeah, I mean, and look, you know, it's people get into these situations when it comes to relationships, and it's hard to witness from the outside, knowing what you know as an outsider and how you view it as an outsider. Oh, yo, Petruishai dropping Osama. He's bouncing all over the place now. He's trying to get his wits back. All right, knockdown for Petruishai. Oh, Jesus Christ. And then he goes for a rolling thunder and misses completely. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's definitely it's a hard thing to watch from the outside, but it's their lives at the end of the day. So, I feel bad for her to an extent, but she still has free will. If she wanted to get away from him, then she damn well should. But then, of course, there's also repercussions from that potentially, and that's where I'd really be concerned. Because based on what we know about Joe Pyfer, I'd be very, very concerned for any girl who breaks up with him. Joe Pyfer has Sean Strickland tendencies in my mind. He'll be all over the Discord. Fuck yeah, Jeremy. Can't wait, brother. You know that we're going to be coming out in droves for you, bro. Especially if we can watch it on stream, you know you're going to have the biggest cheering section. Tattoo Yama on forehead like Wing C? Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, bro. You know what I would really want to do? I want to do the Yam Rana right between my eyes like 21 Savage with the little dagger. How about that? I'm sure you have your own diet down, but if you need any help or outside thoughts, let me know. There you go. Sanjay, the nutritionist support. Who attempts to break up with him? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Exactly. Yeah. I could see that being very problematic. I was literally just watching a video by Stay Awake, good crime channel. Kind of goes over like the details of certain crimes and stuff. And the last video that they did was literally about a situation just like that. People be crazy. People don't like getting broken up with. How about a Yama tongue tattoo? That'd be wild. That would kind of go hard. Stick out your tongue and the Yamrana's on there. Your coaches have you pretty dialed in diet-wise, but I'm always open for new tips and ideas. There you go. Hell yeah, dude. That's what I would want tips for is like, I want healthy meals that are also filling. Because that's the one thing that I have trouble with when it comes to eating healthy. Is that I always, I like eating healthy. And like I said, the cauliflower and broccoli has been serving me pretty well and does decently fill me up. But like there are still times where I'm like, man, I could still go for a little bit more, Once funds are a little more plentiful, I will be buying the jacket. Yo, dude, the zip up. Brother, let me tell you, dude, of all the items on the store, I know it's the most expensive one, and that really does suck, but like it's expensive for a reason. It is so fucking nice. I'm telling you, I literally was like because that was the one that I got for my mom for her birthday, and like I was really in my mind like, damn, I am jealous. I am jealous that you have this now. Because it is the quality of the actual jacket itself is so good. It looks fresh as fuck, and it also has the Yamrana on the inside, which is dope. Yama QR code tattoo. That would go incredibly hard. I love the QR code. I love the blood on snow, aka the Celtic yam knot. I thought better of calling it that. Never show anyone your yam knot. Appreciate you, Sanjay. Absolutely, bro. Your staples are chicken, fish, rice, and sweet potatoes. I don't like sweet potatoes, man. I know people like sweet potatoes a lot. Like, I've never gotten into them. I know that they're very healthy too. Like, I wish I could enjoy them, but I'm not really into them. Normally, my healthy go-tos are broccoli. Broccoli is my favorite vegetable. So broccoli, cauliflower. I love cauliflower as well. Carrots. I like peas a lot too, but I don't eat a ton of them, but I do enjoy those. I also like chickpeas a lot. Beans and, like lentils and stuff too. Yeah, spinning back fist almost lands, but does not fully land. Oh, this dude Osama is starting to embarrass himself over here. Slipping and sliding all over the place. Our dude Pechuichai is walking away with this fight. Ooh, mouthpiece out. Oh yeah, and as far as fruits go, I generally do bananas, apples. I love pineapple, but I try to eat it sparingly because I know it's it's caloric. Um, I also like strawberries. I like raspberries. I like all fruits really, but the ones that I get the most for fruits are generally apples, bananas, and and grapes, green grapes. That's my other big one. I love grapes. I love green grapes so much. Always remind me of my dear, sweet, and no longer with us grandmother. Both of my grandparents actually. They always used to have green grapes at their apartment when I would go visit, and I miss them. They were great people. I love sweet potato shepherd's pie. One of my signature dishes. I mean, like I could probably get down with sweet potato and other stuff, but like sweet potato by itself, I'm not a big fan of. I've never liked like sweet potato casserole at Thanksgiving or anything like that. Kiwi is goaded. Kiwi is delicious. You just got to peel it. Ube is great. Now I don't know if we have ube out here. Love salt and rice, but hate sweet potatoes. Yeah. How are they? Why is that a comparison? They don't even taste anything alike. Carrots, asparagus, cauliflower, and beans. I like all of those. I'm not a huge asparagus fan, but I can get down at times. Baked sweet potato with brown sugar, cinnamon, and butter. So yeah, I don't go for that. I don't like it. Ooh, another knockdown for Pet Shui Chai. Oh, they're not counting that as a knockdown? You kidding me? This dude Usama is getting his ass kicked over here, bro. Oh my god, and he's going for all kinds of floppy shit. How is that not a knockdown? He literally spinning back fisted him. I would not eat white cauliflower. You can get more nutrition and energy from colored cauliflower. I don't even know what that is. That's a thing? The cauliflower that I get is prepackaged with broccoli. Colored cauliflower. Oh. Yeah, damn, you learn something new every day. I have never even heard of colored cauliflower before. Shit. I'll have to see if we have it at the grocery store. I don't think I've ever seen it. Thinker cooked on fruit missing apples. I said apples. Oh, wait. Yeah, I said apples. Yeah, green. I go for Granny Smith. That's my favorite. I like sour apples. Beets are really good too. You know why I don't like beets? I'll tell you why I don't like beets. Back when one of my earliest jobs was I was the salad bar attendant at Ruby Tuesdays, which I don't even know if their Ruby Tuesdays are still around anymore. I think they might have gone out of business. But Ruby Tuesdays used to have the goated salad bar. And I didn't hate the job, but I didn't love the job either. But I did love attending to the salad bar because it was, a pretty easy job to do. And I used to get salad at the end of the night. And the reason that I don't like beets is because I used to have to open the big industrial beets can in the back with the big industrial can opener. And every fucking time that I would open up the can of beets, that juice would go everywhere. Like, it was only the beets. I don't know why. I have no idea what they were doing with the packaging in those things. Or maybe I was just fucking around with the can opener wrong or something. I don't know what it was. But I would get fucking beet juice on my apron all the time. And you're sitting there with this big purple splotch across your chest. And it stains your fingers and shit. Yeah, beets are just too messy. You like juice a lot too? Juice, you got to be careful with juice though, because juice is often very high in sugar. You like red onions. I am not a fan of onions until recently. I've been getting into them a little bit more, but it's still very specific applications of onions. Also suggest Tulsi as it has tons of anti-inflammatory benefits when you juice. I've never heard of Tulsi. What is that? Tulsi Gabbard? I wouldn't mind juicing her. Hey. Dun-dun-dun. Yeah, purple cauliflower and apparently yellow cauliflower as well. Oh, purple, orange, red, and green. Yeah, I love it. Salmon and tuna, goated fish. Yeah, I love tuna. And salmon is also delicious. You take beet supplements. I didn't even know they made those. That's cool. If you do your own meal prepping, save all the shit you throw away from veggies to make your own broth with that. Nice. Yeah, that was an easy win for Petchui Chai, by the way. Onions are good for digestion. Yeah, but then you got to eat them, though. Oh, you juice your own fruits and vegetables? Good shit. Damn, everyone thought the beat guy peed his pants. I mean, if he was peeing his pants and that shit was coming out purple, bro, that he's got some bigger problems on his hands. Bigger problems on his hands and on his shorts. Tulsi in English is holy basil. Oh, is that like regular basil or is that something different than basil, like standard basil? If you aren't afraid of flavoring your food, like the stream. Thank you, Chase. Appreciate it. Yes, appreciate all you guys for liking. Thank you very much. If you're out there lurking in the background and you are new to the stream, make sure that you subscribe. You will be able to hear your chi wee wees now if you've got your subscriptions set on public on YouTube. Also, as I said, I was not able to do it today, but this week I will be going over to the Best Buy to go snag the soundboard, the stream deck. So I'm very excited about that. Yo, these Thai game shows look so fucking like oddly fun but weird at the same time. Like the shows, a lot of the times these shows that they have on the screen are just people talking. Like they're like literal talk shows, but it's like just a couple of people. Fuck yeah, very true. Very true. Shout out to Michael, the silent assassin. It is different than regular basil. It is used in Ayurvedic medicine. Oh yeah, true. Yeah, I've got mixed feelings about Ayurvedic medicine. I think they make a lot of promises they can't keep with that stuff. But still dope though. I want to go on the Thai game show, brother. When you're out in Thailand, see if you can make it happen, Jeremy. How crazy is it? Guys, if you do not know, our boy Jeremy Hall is going out to Thailand to go train. Fucking wild. How awesome is that? Fucking jealous as fuck. I might have already asked you, Jeremy, but how long are you going to be out there for? If you have an Indian grocery store near you, actually, by my old job, there is an international market that probably has a whole bunch of cool stuff in it. I still want to go back there. I haven't been over to that side of town since I left that job. We're bringing back Hole in the Wall guys. Hole in the Wall guys. That has odd glory hole implications there that I'm not going to get into. I am not now, nor have I ever been a hole in the wall guy. But the stuff I use is scientifically proven. All right, fair enough. 2 weeks. Hell yeah, dude. Your coaches will be out there for a month. That's awesome. That's fucking awesome, dude. But yeah, 2 weeks is perfect. That's a great amount of time, honestly. Go out there, take in a little bit of the culture, you know, learn a little bit, soak it up while you're out there, bro. Get as much knowledge as you can. All right, we got Watana versus Evgeny Ponomarev. Evgeny Ponomarev versus Watana coming up. Evgeny is 19 years old. Watana is 25. Youth gone wild. Yeah, Jeremy, I hope you have a great time out there, man. I expect to be seeing regular pictures in the Discord. I hope you get to go to the the building-sized Buddha statue featured for a brief moment in the major motion picture Beast, out in theaters now. Watching one more lately, making me want to focus on Muay Thai more. Bro, I mean, you saw what it did for Chris Padilla, even though he got robbed by those asshole judges. Even though he got swindled by those fucking idiots at the commission. Even though he was burgled. Yeah, Muay Thai, I mean, like, really, Chris Padilla, I'd say Chris Padilla and Carlos Prates are two great examples of what you can do with Muay Thai in mixed martial arts. Damn it. You're going to try to see everything you can? My man, dude. I hope you have an excellent time out there, bro. I really do. I'm very jealous. Time to learn how to get nasty in the pocket. Fuck yeah, dude. Yo, I cannot wait, man. I cannot wait until we are right. I'm going to be sitting right here. I'm going to be sitting right here in this very chair, on this very screen, watching Jeremy Hall throwing elbows in the clinch, fucking uppercutting people, dropping tomahawks down, hitting the spinning back fist, going for the jump knee into the shot. It's going to be awesome. Fighting Spirit Award is based. Hell yeah, Nav. I love the Fighting Spirit Award. The Fight Spirit Award is basically just, we're still giving you something for fighting in a marquee event, even if you didn't win, which I think is very admirable. You know, it's almost like other promotions actually take care of their people. Ethan Ewing is a straight boxer and he's killing it. I mean, he also has good ground game, though. We have now found that out to be very true. But again, it is mixed martial arts for a reason. Learn everything. I've never understood anybody. We were talking about that on stream recently. Somebody was saying, oh, it was John Dong. John Dong was asking why Robellis didn't have better success, why he never learned takedown defense or ground game. And I was saying some people just either can't do it or it doesn't stick, you know, or they don't drill it enough or whatever. There's a bunch of different reasons why it could be, but that should be an indicator for any fighter that you have to be better in those areas. So learn it all. Be the best at everything. Be Frank Dukes. Dukes. Use any skill, any style available, and keep an open mind. Oh, you guys are going to be getting Bloodsport quotes forever now. You won't be able to sit watching Jeremy fight. I get that vested with people I know. Bro, I'm telling you, same. You know how, come on. You see me on stream. You know how loud I get. There's a reason the channel is called Yelling About Mixed Martial Arts. I know myself. I will be waking the neighborhood up. You need to work on your clinch game too, so absolutely. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, get good in the clinch, bro. Dude, if you want to be really real about it, being good in the clinch is actually really one of the better skills to have in MMA. Think about how often it goes to the cage, you know? How often you're in 50-50 on the cage. If you have the ability to either land impactful shots in the clinch or transition into control of the clinch, you're taking a serious advantage away from your opponent and gaining an advantage for yourself. That's one of those zero-sum games, you know what I mean? It's like if you're in legitimate 50-50, if you overtake, then you go up here and he goes down here. Like the better that you get, the worse he gets by default in that situation. A lot of fighters don't want to admit what weaknesses they have. Yo, Jeremy, saying that, acknowledging that, this is the mental training, bro. That's the mental part of the sport that is going to set you apart. Because if you have the humility and the understanding of your strengths and weaknesses to know where you are weak and improve on that, then you are vastly, automatically improving yourself over your competition. Because while those guys become great at you know, a couple of different skill sets, you are becoming the well-rounded fighter that has an answer for everything. That's always, I'm telling you, the most dangerous people in any type of competition are the people that have answers for everything. That's legitimate facts to me. That's how I define a great competitor at all. You know, it's one thing to be great when everything's going correctly for you, but the people who are truly great are the ones who have an answer for when things are not going great. You know? I think about that when I'm playing video games all the time in Omega Strikers. Or actually, Minion Masters is the better example. It's just like there are people, Minion Masters is a deck-based game, so you got a set of cards that you play, and then there are just people who it's like they have the exact right card for whatever you play, and I'm like, God, this guy has an answer for everything. Now, granted, that's a little bit different because, you know, you never know what your opponent's going to have or whatever, but it still carries over the same basic concept. All right, Watana and Evgeny is underway here. Coming up on the minute mark of round number 1. Damn, they are throwing low kicks at each other. Ooh. High kick misses for Evgeny. Yeah, these guys both kicking a whole ton. Ooh, nice spinning back fist for Evgeny. Ooh, nice teep for Evgeny. Short elbows in the clinch right now is becoming more prevalent. Yeah, short elbows in the clinch and knees. You can do the side knee like the tie knee, or you can go the straight knee in up the middle. I'm always screaming for knees in the clinch, especially if you got the deep tie clinch where you got his head down. Also, learning tie trips in that situation can be good to bail you out of trouble. Yeah, most definitely, dude. Answer to the test. That's the name of the game, bro. That's when I knew that Ilya was truly elite. When Charles was trying to take him down and he had answers for Charles's ground game, I was like, there you go. We always knew that the striking was there. We always knew the power in the striking was there. Bro can hold his own on the ground too. That's elite. The Muay Thai tournament I'm in for that belt, I may have to fight 4 times in the course of 5 days, which I'm game for. Brother, that is straight up Kumite right there, bro. That is straight up blood sport. Nice. Took the legs out. Watana's starting to come back a little bit. But yeah, that is legitimately the Kumite, my friend. That's old school fighting in general, you know? Back in the Pride tournament era. Well, actually, I mean, the Pride tournaments, they spread it out. But, like, they're, you know, single night tournaments. Fucking, what's it called? Glory. When we were watching Glory, it was a tournament. And it was dope as fuck. Shout out to Glory, man. I can't wait to watch Glory again. Am I following Glory Kickboxing? I got to make sure that I'm following them on Insta. Keep up with when their next event is. I think I am. Yeah, all right, I am. Had to make triple sure. I will burn my Mong Kong for you, Jeremy, to pass my energy to you. Hell yeah, dude. You sacrificing your Mong Kong? Sacrificing it to the Muay Thai gods? I like it. Gloria has something coming up. Well, we gotta be around for that. I still need to watch K1. I've never seen K1 before. Shout out to Half Dead Frank. He was posting clips in the Discord of some of the K1 competition. Looked pretty good. Blessings from the bros at Yama, dude. Dude, absolutely, bro. We are rocking with you, bro. We are here for it. We are here for you. And as I've said, man, depending on how much it is, I would definitely be down to talk about some sponsorships. As the channel grows, and there's a little bit more money to throw around, I would love to be sponsoring fighters. I want that Yamrana to be one of those symbols that you just see everywhere, you know? Again, I always like the idea that you just see Yama and you don't even really necessarily know what it is, but it's like, damn, that looks cool. I wonder what that is. And then you look up Yama MMA and you find yelling about mixed martial arts. All right, round 2. UFC needs to take some pointers on the corner camera from RWS. UFC knows exactly what they could do with that. They used to do it on ESPN Plus. No, the fucking UFC has sacrificed cornering in favor of commercials because Paramount paid $7.7 billion for them, and they need to get in their advertising. I think Evgeny is starting to slow down here. Hey, Didgery Dave, not Mrs. How's our day going, Yamsters? Dude, good day today for me, man. I slept all day long. Much needed. I slept all the live-long didgery day. So, woke up, hung out for a while, got my walk in. Felt good about that. I watched a little bit of Half-Baked during my walk. Classic. I was thinking about that. I was thinking about the evolution of the stoner comedy because of, marijuana being, legalized and tolerated in different places and all that kind of stuff. It's like I don't know if we're ever going to get a true classic stoner comedy the same way that we used to now. But anyway, I got in my walk, did a little bit of work for one of my jobs, just getting ready for Monday. Had dinner with the family, which was very nice, and now I'm here. So it's been a great day. Mona Kimura fought again this weekend for K1. Mona Kimura. Oh, was that the older lady? Is that the older lady, Bleeding Edge? Or is that the young girl? Wait, I think it's the younger girl. I think that was one of the ones that Half Dead Frank posted in the Discord. You missed K1? I did too. Sucks. I want to watch K1. I would have liked to have watched Fury today too. I saw that come up in the afternoon. I was like, damn, if I had been paying attention, I probably could have watched that. But, almost out the ropes. Wow. But there's plenty of time for all these other promotions. We'll get to them all. Half-Baked is the best stoner movie ever, IMO. It's certainly, if not the best, it is among the best, absolutely. I would say that Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle is maybe my personal favorite stoner comedy. I like that. There's also a movie called The Stoned Age, which is pretty funny. But yeah, those are probably my top 3 right there. I never really thought that Pineapple Express was all that good. If you consider Knocked Up a stoner comedy, I think that one's not bad. Oh my God, Red Hot Chili Peppers even in Thailand. Can't stop addicted to the shindig everywhere. Pineapple Express is my favorite modern stoner movie. Yeah, I've never really thought that one was all that great. I have to watch it again. I gotta give it another shot because I saw it in theaters. Saw it in theaters high as fuck, and I just remember thinking I was like, I am so high right now, and like this is not making me laugh, which is not good. Biodome and Half-Baked are my favorites. Biodome is a fucking classic. I love Biodome. You had a statement to write? What was your statement about, Didgery Dave? Is K1 on YouTube? I don't think so. I want to say no. I want to say it might be an pay-per-view, but I don't know for sure. Rewatching is always an option. That is true. But if there are promotions that are still going on, I just prefer to catch a live one if I could. I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I love doing rewatches, but like, you know, if I have the option to watch a live event, I like to watch a live event. Mona is the Chun-Li. Oh, the Chun-Li style kickboxer. Yes, that is, she. Half Dead Frank did post a clip of her. Yeah, good call, Bleeding Edge. Known for her sidekick. True. Yeah, I remember. I do know who you're talking about now. Yeah, Half Dead Frank. Shout out to Half Dead Frank. John Dong, what's up, brother? We were just talking about you. Forgot what I was saying, but I was saying something. Half Baked is in a class of its own for me. It is. Yeah, it's definitely awesome. I watched the first 40 minutes of it because that's I'm walking at 3 miles an hour to get my conditioning in for my feet and ankles, and I stopped it right after the scene with Jon Stewart where he's doing the whole you ever seen Scent of a Woman? You ever seen Scent of a Woman on weed? Yeah, Half Baked is great. I want to talk to Samson. Oh, sweet. I came back just in time for Can't Stop Addicted to the Shindig. Right, John? Right? You cannot escape it. If you are in the combat sports world, you cannot escape that fucking Red Hot Chili Pepper song. Harold and Kumar series of movies is goated. I only like the first one, but I did see the second one. I didn't think it was as good, but the first one is great. First one is really great. Your timer is in sync. Are you watching a walkout? No, timer is perfectly synced up, brother. We are at 2 hours, 4 minutes, and 33 seconds. Yeah, we're watching Watana and Evgeny. Make sure that you're on the right event. Make sure you click the link in the description of this live stream. I'm anti-Pauly Shore as I've met him, and we'll leave it there. I've heard plenty of stories about that guy. Talk about a dude who is arrogant without having anything to be arrogant about. Even though I do love Biodome, though. Neil Brennan is a funny mofo. Him and Chappelle together were awesome. I miss old Chappelle, bro. I miss old Chappelle before Chappelle decided that he was the greatest comedian of all time. Now, granted, he decided that based on a lot of people saying that. But I've always been of the mindset that the greats don't need to tell you that they are the greats. Have a little humility. Before fucking Chappelle turned every one of his comedy specials into fucking TED Talks. You know, Carlin, he is not. Oh, workers' comp BS? Damn, Didgeridoo Dave, I hope you're okay. But yeah. No, fill out your form, man. Get what you are rightfully owed, brother. The guy on the couch makes that movie? Fuck yeah, dude. Stephen Wright. Another amazing comedian in his own right. No pun intended. I hate scrolling through BJJ posts on social media and hearing that song. Dude, I don't know what that fucking song has done to combat sports. Why the fuck it is everywhere. That was a decent round. Dillashaw walking out to that song is sick because it matches his energy and fight style, but that's the only exception for me. I mean, yeah, like anybody who used it early on, like close to when it came out, okay. You know what I mean? Like, it's a newer song. It's a dope. I like the song. Like, I think it's a good song, but like, it's just so oversaturated. So it's like if you used it when it was like close to when it came out, all right, I give you a pass. If you are using it in 2026 after 8,000 people have also used it, stop. Carlin was the greatest. Carlin is probably who I would say is the greatest comedian of all time. Carlin, Gallagher, and Pryor were my favorite stand-ups. I mean, Gallagher is an interesting inclusion in there. But I actually do agree that Gallagher is an underrated comedian. I think that Gallagher, you know, everybody only remembers the smashing the watermelons, but he was actually a really like talented like wordsmith. He had a lot of like quality wordplay. I always remember the special with the big couch. That was the one that I always used to watch when I was pretending to be sick and staying home from school. That's how I feel about Jam Rock. It's a great song, but everywhere in combat sports. Yeah, that is another one that's a little bit oversaturated. Not quite as much as the Red Hot Chili Peppers song, but yeah, I could see that Bleeding Edge. I'd say it's that, the Red Hot Chili Peppers song, and the other one that really bothers me is AC/DC, like almost any AC/DC song. But usually people will do for AC/DC, they'll do not usually Thunderstruck. What's the one that they always do for AC/DC? There's a couple of them, but either way, anytime I hear AC/DC as a walkout, even if you're Australian, I'm just like, come on, man. Come on, let's stop with this. Dice Clay was not bad, and Dennis Leary as well. Andrew Dice Clay is an amazing comedian. You'll often see me wearing my Andrew Dice Clay shirt on stream. I have seen him live. He is great. My dad's a big fan of Dice, so me and him used to watch him when I was growing up. Dennis Leary is a good comedian. He at least had that one good special, but he is a known joke thief. He is a plagiarist. Another split decision. Yeah, Watana gets the win. Split decision. A lot of split decisions on this card. Brad Pitt played the best stoner on the couch in True Romance. True Romance is such a fucking good movie. I used to have that on the soundboard. I don't have it anymore, but I used to have You're So Cool. You're So Cool. I love that movie. That movie is, oh God, I really love that movie. R.I.P. to Tony Scott, man. Why the fuck did Tony Scott have to do it, dude? Tony Scott was such a fucking talented action director. Ah, man. Hurts. Yeah, Tony Scott was very, very talented. And I love True Romance, written by Quentin Tarantino. Leary's asshole song is awesome, but yeah, that bit apparently was plagiarized from not from Louis Black, from Louis C.K. Andy Kaufman. Andy Kaufman is a great comedian, but I would say he's a little bit of an acquired taste. The bagpipes one. Oh, for AC/DC. True. Back in Black, yeah, that's definitely one of them. Carlin is the GOAT. Carlin is the GOAT. To me, definitely the GOAT to me. Him, I think an underrated comedian is Eddie Pepitone. I think Jim Norton is one of the greatest. And that immigrant song, I think. Oh, that's Led Zeppelin. But yeah, true. That's another great song that's a little oversaturated. Robin Williams had some interesting moments in stand up as well. True, but yeah, he was another known joke thief. But yeah, no, his stand up was good though. Obviously, he had an infectious energy about him. Leary and Conan are cousins. I didn't know that. That's interesting. Love Louis C.K. too. I did too. I did watch a pretty interesting set of videos about him and how he might not have been such a great guy, even though everybody still thinks that he is after all of the cancellation stuff. But I don't know. Left me with more questions than answers, I guess. But yeah, I definitely do. I definitely did like a lot of Louis C.K. stuff. Louis C.K., I think, had a really good run that never got credit for. Never got credit for? What are you talking about? He had his own TV show on FX where he had complete control over it. He was on top of the world for a minute before the cancellation. You know, CK is Mexican. Yes, yeah, I did know that. Yeah, absolutely he is. For some reason, I keep confusing Led Zeppelin and AC/DC. Easy mistake. You know, both classic rock. AC/DC is Australian. All right, Pechmui. Pechmui is fighting Savas Michael. Savas. CK made a great movie with a comedian I can't remember the name of about alcoholism. Was that 4th of July? Could have been. He's made some really good stuff. Yeah. Yeah, Louis C.K. made some really good stuff, but he also made that I Love You Daddy movie, which was basically like a PDF apologist film. That was the one that right after the cancellation had to get pulled from distribution. Yeah, like I said, I have some mixed feelings about Louis. Because I do believe that he is a very funny comedian and a very smart comedian. But, yeah, there's some questionable things about Louis. A lot of psychosexual weirdness. Savas Michael, the babyface killer, is his nickname. Joe, I think you're talking about Joe List. And yeah, if you're talking about Joe List, that would be 4th of July, I believe is the name of that one. I did not know I did not know CK had an FX show. I know of his show on HBO. Oh yeah, that Lucky Louie was the HBO show. And then right after that, which Lucky Louie was not very good in my opinion, but right after that he had a show called Louie that was on FX. It ran for like 9 seasons or something. And it was great. It was a good show. It was very good. He had complete creative control over it. And it was a very quality show. But it did reveal a number of like if you really break it down, like there was a lot of like weird things that it revealed about Louis. Like Louis has like some deep-seated psychological stuff going on, which I'm sure a lot of comedians do. But then, of course, you pair that with the unfortunate situations he had with the women and whatnot, and it gets a little bit nebulous. That's a badass nick. That's as bad as the baby assassin nickname. Yeah, true. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like the baby anything. Don't have baby in your name. The only one that can get away with that is Baby Slice, Kimbo's son. Yeah, true. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I have not seen that movie, but I know. I mean, look, Louis is a talented director. He's a talented guy. He directed Pootie Tang, for Christ's sake. Talk about another classic comedy. Sabata Wadate. Why do they have ice chains on the advert for April Inferno? I guess because that's the thing is the Inferno is breaking the ice chains. It's melting them down. We are breaking the chains of question mark. I don't know what the chains are for, but whatever they're for, we're breaking through them. Chains will not be able to hold back the Inferno. Together we'll break the chains of love. All right, how about that? Break the chains of love. Someday, love will find you. Break those chains that bind you. See? It all fits. It all works. Our dude Savas Michael is from Cyprus, people. Reminds me of Cypress Hill. Speaking of epic stoners. Those dudes really like their weed. Yo, Johnny the God, what's up, man? Good to see you, brother. I was watching Ryzen last night. That's what's up, dude. You fell asleep at 5:30 in the morning? Nice. It was an okay card, but the Pitbull Bros lost the same night. Damn, Johnny. Well, thank you for the update. Appreciate you checking in to let me know that. And congratulations on watching Ryzen. I would have loved to. Honestly, if it wasn't for my voice